I think that would be amazing.
Correct. I do.
Anything we can do to reduce like paper.
Hey, I'm with you. I am trying everything. We're live. Okay, whatever. So we will go to boards, and then that will be on the.
Welcome, everybody. We'll go ahead and call the Hiawatha City Council meeting to order for April 19th, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. Roll call, please.
Steve Dotson.
Here.
Dick Olson.
Here.
Amy Wickendall.
Here.
Jerry Mowinkle.
Here.
Rob Archibald.
Here. Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Some of.
First and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, agenda is approved. Moving on, approval of the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
First, do I have a second?
Second.
First and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, consent agenda is approved. Moving on to item number 6, citizens input. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak on something that is not on tonight's agenda? All right, hearing nothing, we will move on to reports from council.
I have a couple of items. Yesterday, I attended the Lynn County Crime Stop Board of Directors meeting. Not a whole lot to report on there. One of the members, Sergeant Laurie May from the Cedar Rapids Police Department, retiring after 29 years on the Cedar Rapids Police Department. She's been on the board for quite a while. Want to miss her there. And then they're going to have a golf tournament August 17th. To help raise funds for the Crime Stoppers, help pay out for the tips. And that's it I have for Crime Stoppers. And then I attended the Water Board of Directors meeting yesterday. And a couple of items, they approved the budget for this upcoming year. They also approved the final payment for the 1 million gallon storage tank at Pearl Creek in the booster pump station up there. And then a reminder that Earth Day is April 22nd. So electronics, rating, all the other good stuff you want to do there. All right, that's all I have.
Thanks, Steve. Well, the only thing I have is the Tower Terrace work looks awesome. I'm very excited for that interchange. It'll be great. I mean, it's just going to be totally different up there when you get that opened up, and I think growth up there is going to definitely explode on our side as well as over into the Cedar Rapids side. And then when you go down and you get towards Marion, you can see the work on Tower Terrace near C Avenue. That's pretty cool. You can actually look and see like the YMCA. It's pretty neat to see that. So that's all going to explode together and be great for all the communities.
Absolutely.
Dennis?
Long time. Just a couple of things. We attended Policy on the Rocks last week. That was a good event, well attended by our local representatives. A couple of interesting things come out of there. We heard about a House File 1, I believe was that actually came out of subcommittee. They deals with some property tax issues, but it also has some growth limitations on there. It's going to come out to the football center or the courthouse this week, so we'll be following that one pretty close. Not sure that anything is going to get finalized in this session, but it might get bounced over to the next session. They've made quite a bit of headway on that, and so a lot of good information. Want to also reiterate what Steve said in that Earth Day is this Saturday here in Hiawatha from 9 a.m. to 10:30 at the Public Works Facility out on Robbins Road. Make sure you bring all of your electronics that you no longer use. There will be shredding out there, as well as various other items to dispose of properly. So look forward to seeing a lot of people out there. Typically a very well attended event, and we look for this year to be the same.
one of the things that we hear a lot of feedback on, Earth Day and Trash Amnesty Week.
Yeah, I do have one other thing. Pat Parsley and I yesterday spoke at a group of realtors, one of their monthly meetings, and the feedback we got from them was that working with Hiawatha, the city staff, was very pleasant and easy for them, and they're very appreciative of that. So
It's great to hear. Thank you to the staff members that are here tonight.
I'm gonna go back to Earth Day. I forgot, we're gonna pick up our trees on Saturday at Guthrie Park at 9:00. So for those people that have submitted their application and done the one call, they'll be out there and available.
All right. All right, moving on. We have a couple of proclamations tonight. Number 8, proclamation on Arbor Day. I will read that one. City of Hiawatha proclamation, whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture established a special day to be set aside for planting of trees, and whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can be a solution to combating climate change by reducing the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, moderating the temperature, cleaning the air, producing life-giving oxygen, and providing habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Rob Archibald, on behalf of Bill Bennett, Mayor of the City of Hiawatha, do hereby proclaim April 28th, 2023 as Arbor Day in the City of Hiawatha, and I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. So obviously, after the derecho, we have a much better appreciation for the trees after losing such a significant number. So next proclamation is for Municipal Clerks Week. And I have that one as well. City of Hiawatha proclamation, whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of our local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and the agencies of government at other levels, and whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all, and whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community, and whereas professional municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the professional municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. And whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the professional municipal clerk, and therefore I, Rob Archibald, on behalf of Bill Bennett, Mayor of the City of Hiawatha, do recognize the week of April 30th through May 6, 2023. April 30th through May 6, 2023 through May 7th, 2022. I think that's a typo. Let's start over. I recognize the week of April 30th through May 6, 2023 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our professional municipal clerks, Carrie Graber and Amy Shear, and to all professional municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. So thank you. I think people would be very in awe of all the work the clerk's office does. It is a very wide range of things and is a very necessary thing for the city. So thank you.
Thank you.
And moving on, National Library Week proclamation. Amy.
Yes, National Library. Whereas libraries provide the opportunity for everyone to pursue their passions and engage in lifelong learning, allowing them to live their best life. Whereas libraries have long served as trusted institutions for all members of the community, regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or socioeconomic status. Whereas libraries strive to develop and maintain programs and collections that are as diverse as the populations they serve and ensure equity of access for all. Whereas libraries adapt to the ever-changing needs of the communities, continually expand their collections, services, and partnerships. Whereas libraries play a critical role in the economic vitality of communities by providing internet and technology access, literary skills, and support for job seekers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. Whereas libraries are accessible and inclusive places that promote a sense of local connection, advancing understanding, civic engagement, and shared community goals. Whereas libraries are cornerstones of democracy, promoting the free exchange of information and ideals for all. Whereas libraries, librarians, and library workers are joining library supporters and advocates across the nation to celebrate National Library Week. Now, therefore, Bill Bennett, Mayor and of the City of Hiawatha, proclaims National Library Week, April 23rd through 29th, 2023. During this week, I encourage all residents to visit their library and explore the wealth of resources available. Would also like to add, yes, our Hiawatha Public Library is very much a vibrant center for this community, and I appreciate and applaud all the work they do on a daily basis.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I just saw in the report, the library report, that we had over 10,000 people go through there thus far this year. I mean, that's crazy.
Every time I'm in there, I'm amazed by how busy it is. I mean, I was in there this Sunday studying for work or homework, and I thought I'd be the only one in there, and it was packed right up to the minute they closed. So, all right, thanks, Amy. Moving on to the next proclamation, National Therapy Animal Day proclamation.
Yes. So, whereas there are thousands of pet partners, therapy animals teams serving in communities across the United States, and whereas Pet Partners has designated April 30th as National Therapy Animal Day, and whereas Pet Partners therapy animals teams in the City of Hiawatha play an essential role in improving human health and well-being throughout the human-animal bond, and whereas Pet Partners therapy animal team makes millions of visits per year in settings such as hospital, nursing homes, schools, and hospice. Whereas Pet Partners therapy animal teams interact with a variety of people in our community, including veterans, seniors, patients, students facing literary challenge, and those approaching end of life. And then, whereas they're exceptional therapy animals who partner with their human companions, bring comfort and healing to those in need. Now, therefore, Bill Bennett, Mayor of the City of Hiawatha, do here proclaim April 30th, 2023 as National Therapy Animal Day in the City of Hiawatha and encourage our citizens to celebrate our therapy animals and their human handlers. Further, I publicly salute the service of therapy animals teams in our community and communities across the nation. First time for that one. It's a good one, I think.
Yeah, thank you, Amy, and thank you, Kevin, for coming out. He's actually a hospice volunteer pet therapist, so thank you so much for what you do.
Can I add one thing?
Sure, go ahead.
The library is where we, at the ratio, we lost our area where we could evaluate our teams. The library, community centers, we use that. And it's just perfect for the school.
So, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Item number 12, public hearing to consider the fiscal year 2024 budget. I will go ahead and open the public hearing at 5:43 p.m. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak in favor of the 2024 budget? Seeing no movement, move on. Anybody in opposition? Did we receive anything into the clerk's office?
No, we did not.
All right. Seeing and hearing nothing, we'll close the public hearing at 5:44. Move on to item A, consider resolution approving the fiscal year 2024 budget. Do I have a motion approving the resolution? First, do I have a second?
Second?
First and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Rob Archibald,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dotson,
Aye.
All right. Item is approved. Moving on. Item 13, consider resolution setting a public hearing date, May 3rd, 2023 at 5:30 PM to consider the fiscal year 23 budget amendment and directing publication of notice. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
First, do I have a second?
Second.
First and a second. Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Rob Archibald,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Dick Olson.
Aye.
All right, item passes. Moving on to item 14, preliminary official statements. Consider resolution approving the preliminary official statement for $3,100,000 amount subject to change, general obligation capital loan notes, series 2023A. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution? First, do I have a second?
Second.
First and a second. Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Rob Archibald.
Aye. Item passes. Moving on. 14B, consider resolution approving the preliminary official statement for $5 million amount subject to change, local option sales tax and services tax revenue bonds, series 2023B. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved. Second.
First and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Rob Archibald.
Aye. Moving on, item 15, consider resolution authorizing contract for auditing services for the fiscal years 23 through fiscal year 25.
So moved.
Motion, do I have a
Second.
second? First and a second. Any discussion?
I think the state auditor is the perfect choice. They always do a good job.
Yes.
Do we have a choice?
At least they make us think we do. Roll call, please.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Rob Archibald,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle.
Aye.
Moving on, item 16, consider resolution approving and making award for contract of the 2023 Streets Improvement Project. Do I have a motion approving the resolution?
So moved.
Any discussion?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Skipped the second. Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Rob Archibald,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dodson.
Aye.
All right, resolution passes. Moving on, item 17, Edgewood Road Extension Study Project. Item A, consider resolution approving a 28E agreement between the City of Hiawatha and the City of Cedar Rapids for the Edgewood Road Extension, Blair's Ferry Road to Tower Terrace Road Design Study Project.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second. Any discussion?
Just a comment, this has been on the drawing board for 20 years I've been around and probably longer than that, so really excited to see this back on, getting back on schedule. It's really gonna be necessary.
Yeah, I think this will take a lot of pressure off of 18th and will become even more important when they start to work on Blair's Ferry that'll put the median down the middle. And so definitely a good project. Any other discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Rob Archibald,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Dick Olson.
Aye.
All right, moving on 17B. Consider a resolution approving a professional services agreement with Anderson Bogart Engineers and Surveyors Incorporated in connection with the Edgewood Road Extension Study Project. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
First, do I have a second?
Second.
First and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Rob Archibald.
Aye. Moving on, item 18, consider resolution approving and authorizing execution of a second amendment to the purchase, sale, and development agreement by the City of Hiawatha and the Hub LLC. Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
First and a second. Do I have any discussion?
Dennis, do you want to just kind of summarize the dates for this? This has been a long, long time.
Yeah, this has been a long process. You do remember that Hub LLC was the recipient of some workforce housing tax credits last August. They were not able to get started as per our last agreement, our last amendment that we had. We've had discussions with their representatives, and they believe that the July 1st of this year is a very good date for them to start on. It's actually phase 2 is what they're going to start on. And then that will be very quickly followed up with work beginning on phase 1 in October of this year. So we're looking forward to seeing some ground moved over there by at least the middle of July.
Do we know when do they have to have everything like ground starting to be moved?
August.
That's for their workforce dollars?
Yeah, and then there's, I believe, 3 years for completion.
Okay.
So they have to have a substantial start to that by the end of the summer this year.
It's good.
That's my understanding.
Excited to see that starting to get off the ground. So. All right, so we have a first and a second. Roll call, please.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Rob Archibald,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall.
Aye.
All right, item passes. Moving on, item 19. Consider resolution approving and directing the mayor to sign the resolution of support for Future Investments LLC Workforce Housing Tax Credit Program application promoting multifamily residential housing and meeting the needs of the city's housing shortage. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
Second.
First and a second. Any discussion?
Much needed.
Yeah, just driving up Robbins Road tonight, you see the first one done, and you can just envision the second one being right past it. So definitely a good thing. Roll call, please.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Rob Archibald,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle.
Aye.
Item passes. Moving on, item 20. Consider resolution approving the issuance of a geothermal well permit for the property located at 357 McLean Way, 3557 McLean Way. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
First and a second. Any discussion?
I will just, for fun here, I could not find that address. So what do? You go to the fire department. They give me an address. It's out there off of Todd Hills Road and then back in there. I don't know if that's Tim's development or.
There was some discussion about the street. I know it's
This is called the Todd Hills development.
Yeah.
It actually has been recorded, platted and recorded. If you go to the Lynn County mapping, you can punch in the addresses and usually find them. That's one resource.
This was my car navigation. It says it does not exist.
I
So
get that.
anyway, I told Cybert, we'll just go to the fire station, they'll find it.
Excellent.
And they did.
Sometimes Google just doesn't get it right.
Yes.
I know that's hard to believe, but
I know the Lake County GIS mapping is a little bit behind schedule. I looked at on there last week on the property, some of the property that I know have houses on, and they're still both belong to the developer. So they're about a year away from having all those houses on there. Even though there's only about 8 houses out there.
The pictures won't reflect the houses. That is correct. The assessor site will always reflect the actual owner unless they neglected to record the deed. So we actually use their data for our data as well.
So I clicked on some of the lots out there, I know they had a house on it. And it still gives me the blank, developer.
Interesting.
All right. Any further discussion? All right. Roll call, please.
Dick Olson,
Aye.
Rob Archibald,
Aye.
Amy Wickendall,
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle,
Aye.
Steve Dodson,
Aye.
Item passes. Moving on, item 21. Consider resolution authorizing the fire department to proceed with solicitation of proposals for the replacement of ambulance M12.
So
First, do I have a second? First and a second. Discussion. Nick, anything to add?
The truck needs to be replaced. It's had a lot of maintenance issues over the years,
So,
and for that particular model year, it should have a lot of problems.
about 11 years old too.
It's older. This is 2012.
It's 2012.
So it's 11 years old. Yeah, it's definitely got its use.
Definitely a needed replacement. Just keeps getting more and more use. Roll call, please.
Amy Wickendall.
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle.
Aye.
Steve Dodson.
Aye.
Dick Olson.
Aye.
Rob Archibald.
Aye. Item passes. Moving on. Consider resolution authorizing the fire department purchase of 40 portable radios and accessories.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second. Any discussion? It's good to see the bid was low bid locally. It's nice to keep that business in town, so,
Yeah.
or in the area. Roll call, please.
Jerry Mowinkle.
Aye.
Steve Dodson.
Aye.
Dick Olson.
Aye.
Rob Archibald.
Aye.
Amy Wickendall.
Aye.
Item passes. Moving on. Item 23, special events. Item A, consider resolution approving the special event policy and related application.
So,
First, do I have a second? First and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Steve Dodson.
Aye.
Dick Olson.
aye.
Rob Archibald.
Aye.
Amy Wickendall.
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle.
Aye.
Item passes. Moving on, 23B. Consider resolution establishing fees and rates for special event applications. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
First, do I have a second? First and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Dick Olson.
Aye.
Rob Archibald.
Aye.
Amy Wickendall.
Aye.
Jerry Mowinkle.
Aye.
Steve Dodson.
Aye.
Moving on, item passes. Moving on to item 24. Consider resolution authorizing and directing East Central Iowa Council of Governments, ICI-COG, to submit application and association documents for funding for the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Derecho Generator Program, otherwise known as CDBG-DR, to the Iowa Economic Development Authority. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
First and a second. Any discussion? Seems like a great potential project.
Yeah, and like Kevin mentioned earlier, with utilizing the library, that's one of the things that's taken into consideration when looking at this grant, is that should something like that happen in the future, the library is a place that we would like to get up and running quickly as a shelter place and a resource place for our residents.
And I believe the wiring was wired for a generator, right? Because we had talked about a generator originally, but then it got cut because of cost, so. Yeah.